everyone, and how's it going? So, welcome to yet another video of Guesstimates. Today we are going to look at the total number of laptops in India. So, the first thing you should keep in mind is that we can have this kind of guesstimate approach not just for the laptops, for the mobile phones, for like gaming PCs will dial it down, and anything similar to these kind of gadgets. You can always take a guess from this, like the number of earphones and other things. Means the approach will not be exactly the same. The numbers will have to be twisted for each and every question, but you will get the gist of it, like how to approach a particular question, and that is all guesstimate is about: approaching a question. You can be away from the actual number, but the way you approach it is important. Also keep in mind while watching this video that some of the parts are really general, like we'll discuss the geography part. So how many individuals in India are young? So that would be around 60%. So these kind of points you can take forward in different questions and use them in your assumptions, right? Because these kind of key facts will always help you for handling a question like a population of a particular city. Like Delhi is a popular city, so you should know that it has a population of around 1 crore. Okay, so let's jump into this question. So total number of laptops in India. So we are going to cover first the types. They can be personal laptops as well as corporate laptops. Like if you're working for a company, maybe say a software company, they'll provide you a laptop from the company, and plus you can have a laptop of your own too, right? So we are going to focus on the personal laptops only in this question particularly. So let's take a look at the population. 140 crore people in India, that is right. Four members in each family on an average. I have taken, they can be more, they can be less, but average four members, that will result to 35 crore families in total. Then talking about the geography, we can divide the entire India country into these regions like metro and tier 1 cities, tier 2, tier 3 cities, and villages. I've combined metro and tier 1 cities because I'm kind of assuming, taking an assumption that they have same buying power. So people in these cities will most likely to have a similar kind of laptop percentage with people. So I have grouped them. Also, it is easier for calculation to have it like that. At the same time, it shows that you are considering different groups and different tiers in the country, right? So metro and tier 1 cities, tier 2, tier 3 cities, and villages. So 15% of the population in this first category, 20% in the second, and 65% population in the third category. So you can see that this geography part is irrespective of the question. It doesn't matter which question you're solving. You can always use this piece of information, and this is important. Like when you're solving five questions of guesstimates, you will gather this kind of information from all those questions, and when I give you the sixth question, you will be able to handle it pretty comfortably because you will kind of have this information with you. So some parts you should remember, like these ones. So once we have seen that, let's see the status. So poor, middle class, rich, these three categories we can say is will be available in each of these three categories. So poor percentage in metro and tier 1 cities, let's say, is 20%, whereas middle class is 60% and rich is 20% again. And in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, poor is 40%, middle class is 50%, rich is 10%. Whereas in villages, poor are 60%, middle class 38%, and rich amounts to only 2%. Right? So that also seems to be a really good approximation and assumption. At the same time, even this is kind of a general thing that you can keep in mind. You can have, not the exact numbers that you have to remember, but you get the gist of it, right? Like the rich people in rural area will just be 2%, and the rich people in metro cities are around 20%. So these kind of, like, it will not be around 50% in metro 1 and tier 1 city, because you won't find really rich people in India. Means some are there, but they will average out to be only 20% of the rich, right? So it has to be a nice assumption. These kind of assumptions, when you're making for different questions, you can remember them. So they will help you in many multiple questions. Then percentage of buyers. This is an important aspect. Like uh, I'll walk you through it. Like Metro 1 and Tier 1 cities, we have these people. Then what are the percentage of buyers that we will have for each category? Okay, so we can say that in metro and tier 1 cities, actually it doesn't matter on this category. The poor will not will most probably will have 0%. Like 0% is a good approximation for each category. We will have 0% people of the poor category will be buying a laptop. At the same time, middle class will buy, means 50% of the middle class will have a laptop, we can say. And with the rich ones, we can say each one of them will have a personal laptop. Same goes for tier 2 also. You can see 100% here, 0% here. But in middle class, it's varying like 40% because we can say it's a tier 2, tier 3 city. So middle class also will vary a bit. Then in village areas, we can again have these two. You can again see 0%, 100%. And in middle class in village area is also we can take up as 0%. Because the middle class in village area, we are assuming that they have low buying power in comparison to the middle class in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Also, it becomes, more, you can say, compelling necessity in cities than in rural areas. Of course, at the same time, you do not have a good internet connectivity, so middle class are not so much, you know, uh, focused on buying laptops, whereas rich can always buy laptops because they can have good internet connection, broadband, whatever, and internet also, or and electricity also. I mean. So total computers, when we come to, we have to keep in mind all these factors. Like in Metro 1 and Metro cities, we have to 20%. Then out of those 20%, only 0% will be buying. So actually, this will amount to zero. So if you talk about one particular chain here, like tier 2 and tier 3 cities, in middle class we have 50%. But out of those 50% middle class, only 40% will are actually likely to be the buyers, right? So that also we have to consider. We cannot consider that like all the middle class will have a laptop. So even though in tier 2 and tier 3 cities we have 50% people as middle class, out of those 50% people, only 40% people are likely to buy a laptop, personal laptop, right? So number of laptops for tier 1, we can say this is kind of the formula I have just mentioned it here, right? So you can see the calculation for the metro and tier 1. We have taken the 15% of this thing, then 20%. Uh, okay, let's see if it fits in the screen. Yeah, it does. So 20% of the poor people from the metro and tier 1 cities, then this is multiplied by 0, this part, then 60%, and from 50% here, because and then we are taking 100% of these 20%, and then once we have calculated these percentage, that is the means effective buying, then we can multiply it with the 15% of the that is the metro and tier 1 cities we have taken this, right? So this calculation comes around 10.5 crore. Similarly for this one, tier 2 and tier 3 cities, we have seen this calculation. Let me also point it out from where I've taken the numbers. So this is, you can see 40% here for tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Tier 2 the poor 0%. So 0% of 40%. And then we have again 50% here. So 40% here. So 40% of 50%, then 100% of 10%. The number amounts to 8.4 crore. Then in the last one for the village and rural area, we have just 1.8 crore laptops. And this, kind of looks pretty good decline also. We have in metro and tier 1 cities 10.5 crore laptops, and here 8.4 crore laptops, and 1.82 crore laptops over here. In total, we are saying that there are possibly 20.72 crore laptops. So you can, of course, you know the number at the end might not look to you as a great assumption, like you might say that 20.72, no, that's a really big number. In case you feel that, then you should always go back to these numbers. These assumptions like 15%, 20%, 65%, and these numbers, that I have mentioned and these numbers, because these numbers are actually calculating your answer. So you can have like maybe you are considering the buying power too much, so you can dial it down from here like 50% to 40%, this to 30%, and then you can have like, even if for the rich you might want to consider 90%. So this will reduce your number ultimately and will influence the question to a lower amount. At the same time, what I want to draw your attention over here is the general things that we have in questions. So even if you would have been doing this question for the number of laptops, number of earbuds, you would say that earbuds are a luxury, so it wouldn't be with a lot of middle class people even. So you will say that even though for any question, I would say up to this part, like up to status will be the same, then percentage of buyers you would say will depend not only on the buying power, but the type of commodity. Like if you talk about wireless earbuds like AirPods maybe, then how many percent of people that will have? Rich people are most likely to have it, but middle class people, even though they can have, they do buy earbuds, they won't be buying of the Apple quality, right? So you have to dial your number down in those cases. You have to understand this question, the specific question. Then you have to keep in mind the general part of it, which you can use in other questions similar to this one. So I will also put some of the content from the important points in the description below. If you have questions, put down in the comments. Like the video if you have not already, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you and see you in the next video.